Okay, we will start with group 4. Okay, here we will compare between these values. Okay, how can we compare between them? This one it's okay, it's 10,000, but here we have 75.5 and another numbers which they are complicated. How can we solve it? We can solve it in a good idea, which is by rounding. We will round it all. How can we round it? 75.5 we will round it as 75. 151 we will round it to be 150. 24.5 we will round it to be 25. 24.5 we will round it to be 25 squared. So now all of them we can make it as 25 to take a common factor. Okay, how can we do it? 75, which is 25 times 3. Each one of them we will convert it to 25. Okay, 150, which is 25 times 6, times again 25, which is this one, and then plus, and then 25 squared. Okay, now all of them we have 25. Here we have 25, we have 25, 25. So we can take it as a common factor. So 25 we will take it outside as a common factor, and we can take it as squared because here we have a squared, here we have 225 which is squared, and here we have a squared. So 25 outside squared times, here we have 3, so we will put here 3, and then plus, and then here we have 6, so we will put here 6, and then here we don't have anything, only 25 squared, so we will put 1. Okay, equals 25 squared, which is 6,625, and we can do it as a multiplication or by no squaring. Okay, it's very common that 25 squared it's 625 times 3 plus 6 plus 1, it will be 10, and any number times 10, so it will be 6 to 5, the same number, and we put 0, so it's 6,250. So which one is bigger, 6,250 or 10,000? No, value of B is greater. Okay, the question number 2, which is x plus 1 over x equals 2 and x squared plus 1 over x squared, he needs it. Okay, how can we get it? X plus 1 over x, if we squared it, it will be x squared plus 1 over x squared, squaring of the first and squaring of the second, and then the first times the second times 2. Okay, to square any one. Okay, so plus 2 times the first times the second. Okay, we will write it again to solve it. X squared, it will be the same, 1 over x squared, it will be the same, and here x will go with x. Okay, so the remaining is 2. Okay, and then how can we solve it? X plus 1 over x squared, we have the value of it, right, which is here equals 2, so we will put here 2 squared equals x squared plus 1 over x squared, he needs the value of it, so we will let it the same, and here we have plus 2. Okay, now we can get the value of this one by take the 2 with the other one, take the numbers with each other, so x squared plus 1 over x squared equals 2 squared minus 2. We will take it with negative sign because it's positive, so 4 minus 2 equals 2, so the answer will be 2. Okay, here he needs that xy more, he said that xy more than 0. Okay, so we will suppose any two numbers for x and y. If we suppose it as 2 and 3, okay, so we will calculate each value. So the first one, which it will be x plus y, which it will be 2 plus 3 squared, which is 25. Here x squared, which is 4, and plus y squared, which is 9. So 4 plus 9, it will be 13. So we should say that the value of b is less than value of a, or value a is greater. Okay, it's the first supposing. If we say that x is 0 and y is another number, so we can't, because 0 times 1 will not be bigger than 0, so we can't suppose this one. Okay, if we suppose a negative number with positive number, it will be negative numbers result, so it can be more than 0. If we suppose that x equals 1 and y equals, for example, 2 or any number, so we will get the first value, which is x plus y squared, which is 1 plus 2 squared. It will be 3 squared, which is equals 9. The other one, x squared plus y squared, so it will be 1 squared plus 2 squared, it will be 1 plus 4, which is 5. So it will be less than, sorry, the same like here, less than it. Okay, so we will choose that the value of a is greater than value of b. Okay, here it's very easy that we have sequence and we should know the final number. Okay, how can we know it? We have 3 and then 5 and then 9 and then 17 and then 33 and then the last one. Okay, how can we get it? We can get it by know which method we do, multiplying or adding or subtracting or what. Okay, so 3 to 5, we can't multiply 3 by anything to give me 5. Okay, and we can't subtract anything from 3 to give me 5, and we can't dividing 3 by anything to give me 5. So the only method which is adding, so we add 2. Okay, and then we will do the same method by adding, but here we add 4. Here the same method, but we add 8. Okay, here the same method, but we add 16. So we found that each time we doubling the number. So now we will doubling 16. Okay, which is 16 times 2, which is 32. So we will add 32 to 33. It will be 65. So the answer will be 65. Okay, here he wants to get the value of x. Okay, we have 3 circles and each one had 3 numbers. Okay, how can we get x? Because we have 3 circles, so we have a relation between them. Okay, so we try to get the relation between them. How can we get it? We found here that 7 we can convert it to 14 by times it by 2. Okay, here converting from 3 to 18 by times it by 6. Okay, here converting 3 to 12 by times it by 4. And we found that 2 doubling of it is 4, 6 doubling of it is 12. So here 4 doubling of it will be 8. So the answer will be 8. Okay, here we have we have 555 squared. Okay, and the other one, which is 999 squared minus 444 squared. Okay, so we will not square each one of them and then get the answer. We will take for 10 or 50 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. So how can we get it? 555 squared, خلاص we know it. Okay, here how can we solve it? We can solve it by solve it by the squaring equation, which is 999 minus 444 times 999 plus 44 444. Like what? Like x squared minus y squared. How can we solve it? It's x minus y and x plus y, the same method. Okay, x squared minus y squared is the same like this one. So how can we solve it? We will make it the same, x minus y and x plus y. Okay, so the same we will do. Okay, you know how can we solve it? So 999 minus 444, it will be 555. Okay, the same, but here it will be more than it, which it will be, if we add it or no, it will be more than 555, more than it. Okay, here it's meaning that 555 times 555, here the same, but 555 times number which is more than the other 555. So which one will be bigger? Okay, value of b will be greater. Okay, here how can we solve it? We have that x minus y equals 5, and we have that x squared plus y squared equals 31. Okay, how can we solve it? If we squared x minus y, like this one, x minus y squared, it will give me, how can we solve it? We said it before, squaring of the first, squaring of the second, and then multiplying of the first with the second with 2, which is x squared plus y squared minus 2xy. Okay, so we have the value of x minus y, which is 5. We have the value of it here. Okay, but it will be 5 squared because it's squared, equals x squared plus y squared. We have the value of it, which is 31, minus 2xy. He needs xy. Okay, so 2xy will be the same. 5 squared, it will be 25 here, and 31 minus 2xy. We will solve the numbers with each other. So here it's positive. We will put in the other side, it will be negative. So 25 minus 31 equals negative 2xy. 25 minus 31, it will be negative 6. Okay, um, equals negative 2xy. We will divide by negative 2 in the two sides, so xy will be 3. Okay, the final one which is x over y equals 5. Okay, and here we have x plus 3y equal over y, and he wants the value of it. Okay, we have the value of x over y, which is 5. How can we get this value? We can make it into two parts. Okay, like x over y plus 3y over y. X over y, we have the value of it, which is 5. Y will go with the other y, and here, so it will be 3. So 5 plus 3, it will be 8. So the answer will be 8.